Welcome back to Rolando Estocado. My name is Rolando. In today's episode, we're going to move on to the next module of the Mohara curriculum. So this is Kabilaan 1.1. We're going to take a look a little more closely at some of the interesting strategies that are part of the Mohara curriculum. And this one, the 1.1 module, we're going to cover a concept in Mohara called Atras PALABAN. Atras PALABAN. Atras PALABAN means the fighting retreat, which means that when you're fighting, your retreat is actually a big part of a counter strategy. So I'm going to be demonstrating that today, and I hope it's something that you enjoy. Stick around, stay tuned. Most Filipino martial artists will spend the majority of their career with the strong side lead. What this does is limit the practitioner to the classical 5 angles along the high, middle, and low lines. Under sparring conditions, practically all Filipino martial arts system fall under the same predictable 5 angles and the same levels of attack. Felicissimo Dizon's Kabilaan strategy takes advantage of an extended puño, which gives him an extra grip so that when he switches to his left side, he can comfortably do so, and now his 5 angles of attack on the right can now apply to the left. Where same side strategies rely primarily on speed and athleticism to become successful, the Kabilaan strategy relies on positioning, distance management, and an overall understanding of a fight in order to execute its overall strategy of switching from right to left by controlling the distance and by controlling the opponent's sense of where he is safe. A basic application of the Kabilaan strategy may look something like this. There's an initial flourish and then a switch of the hands to the left side with a retreat and then a strike to the body. What this does is it creates a false sense of strategy with the right hand, and as I retreat, I am actually able to strike longer with the left hand. This creates a false sense of distance and a false sense of safety because he can be hit with the right and then with the left while seemingly advancing and retreating. This reduces the role of speed and athleticism in these engagements, relying primarily on distance, footwork, and body position. By attacking and leaning forward, I appear closer than I am, but by stepping back and straightening out, I increase my defensive distance while maintaining my striking distance. The successful implementation of this strategy allows the Mohara practitioner to be bolder, more creative, and unpredictable in their initial attacks because they feel confident in their ability to implement a strategic fighting retreat and maintain an effective striking distance. For example, this deep attack here to the back of the head is very similar to a back cut. It allows you to get a back cut, second strike, and effectively retreat and fight while maintaining a good striking distance. If you want to cover yourself, you can do a kalahati grip, which is to grip half the stick, so that as you retreat, you cover one side of your body. So here you can take a look at the initial combo where you're switching right and left and then right and then implement kalahati to cover that one side to have a good cover. An additional layer of unpredictability is to mix other strategies like the dalawahan strategy, where you appear to deliver a two-handed strike when in fact you're simply going to hand it off to one hand or another to maintain striking distance, but changing the distance between you and your opponent. The ingenuity of Felicissimo Dizon to combine these strategies made him an absolutely formidable opponent. For example, this is a dulo sa dulo strategy, which is a spearing attack to the face, which is a setup for a transfer to the left hand. Absolutely ingenious on the part of my father's instructor, Felicissimo Dizon. What we start to see in the successful implementation of Kabilaan is less of athleticism, less fakes and feints and speed. What we start to see is changes in management in posture, distance, and deception. And we now add another layer to it wherein the right hand can now start to make changes with the fourth strategy called dagdag bawas, where we can use the body as its own fulcrum to make changes in the grip on the right hand, where from this exact position we change that grip, so now both sides are now absolutely unpredictable in being able to deliver effective striking distances. absolutely fascinating as it is, on our end, it is absolutely debilitating and confusing to be on the receiving end of such an attack. Thank you for watching the Kabilaan 1.1 module. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you learned a lot from it so that you can start to implement some of these strategies and practices into your own FMA practice. Stick around, stay tuned, more videos to come.